It's your girl, Lady Mocha. You know I'm always going to pour you a cup of truth, and I'm always going to break you off a slice of knowledge. Hey, good morning. It is your diva in knowledge, your girl, Lady Mocha. I want to thank you for stopping by to have some breakfast with me. And of course, I hope you got your hot coffee ready, because I don't do any tea, honey, but I keep plenty of coffee, all right? I thank you guys for stopping by to dine in with me at Cafe de Paris. As promised, I told you guys I did a recipe, I believe it was yesterday, as far as to why your husband's ex-wife hates you as the new wife. Okay, I think I had went into 6 of those reasons, and as I told you, as promised, I was going to do a part 2, giving you the other, I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hell, I'm gonna give you the other 6 reasons as to why your husband's ex-wife hates you. Okay, so we're gonna move in right along with the rest of those reasons, because y'all know how I operate. I'm gonna break down all of those elements. Okay, now keep in mind, one of these I might repeat that I've already did yesterday, but hell, I can't remember what the hell I left off at, so I'm gonna just start with number 7. Okay, basically, one of the reasons your husband's ex-wife hates you is because she perceives you as doing all the parenting while dad is left off the hook. Stepmoms often help their husbands out tending to the children, household duties, and life in general. That's what a marriage is all about, partnership. You shuttle the kids back and forth to school or help with homework, schedule appointments. Often this has to do with gender roles, but all mom sees is that at her house she's doing all the work while at yours you're taking care of the kids, and dad does nothing but go to work. Okay, if I haven't already addressed this, I may be repeating myself again, which is cool. To me, this is just another form of pettiness, because I've seen in cases, guys and ladies, where down to something as simple as child support, where the wife, because I've seen this really, the wife would agree to sometimes front the money, which, I mean, she got to be a woman of God to do that. But I've seen cases in which the woman wanted to step in, you know, on the strength of loving her husband, and would agree to helping out with the child support, would even agree to buying the kids clothes, paying for their kids clothes out of her pocket. And don't you know, the ex would get pissed about that? Why you got your wife paying for my kids clothes? Why you got your wife paying for the kids child care, private school? You the daddy, why you ain't paying? No, you need to be the one paying that. She don't need to be paying that. These your kids. Me and you have these kids together. Why you got her paying it? Oh my gosh, yo, the pettiness is real, honey. Let me sip my coffee on that. By the way, this is Folgers Columbia medium roast. It's medium to dark roast. It's a combination of 2. I like my coffee kind of strong, y'all. It has to be medium, or it has to be dark roast. I don't care for light roast, because to me the flavor is so light. By the time you put cream and add your sugar, it just takes away the coffee. But then again, it depends on the brand, because Green Mountain, their light roasted coffee is still pretty strong, so it depends on the brand too, and Folgers. But anyway, as I was saying, you have some women that's just that bitter, so bitter, like sugar with no like you know, sweet tea with no sugar. They just that bitter. They don't even want somebody else contributing for their children. They want the man to do it. Okay, it could be like the woman could offer $10,000 to help out, but because she's so angry and resentful with the man, she'll rather take his $10 than take the woman that's with him, that's willing to offer more, 10 grand. She'll take his $10 first, because at the end of the day, it's all about, she still has feelings for that man. She still has feelings for that man. And basically, any opportunity she can utilize to her advantage to just make things difficult, just to make things complicated. It's all about basically trying to antagonize him. It's basically trying to make him miserable. It's just another strategy for I still need your attention. I still want your attention. Believe it or not, men, for those of you who got ex-wives, a lot of the time these women still want your attention, and they will try to get it by any means necessary, even if it means being petty or bitching about stuff that's irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? It could be something as simple as you've been faithfully taking Lil J to all his recitals or to all his sports events, and the one time you couldn't come through, she'll use that opportunity to make it a big deal. Any reason to try to get in your face. Because the bottom line is she's still feeling you, okay? If she's not feeling you, she's still resentful for the fact if you was one of those dudes that just really was a dog and you really was not the best husband you could have been, and here it is now she see you stepping your game up with this woman or whatever. All of that is kind of like a slap in the face, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like being at a job and you've been the most dedicated employee, and your boss turn around and hire somebody who only been there 2 months, and already giving them a promotion. You've been there about 5 years and you've been overlooked all this time, so it's a slap in the face. But then again, a woman, if she's not a woman, she's going to be petty anyway, because even if you've been hurt, even if you've been betrayed, a real woman will somehow, some way still try to keep the peace, because she's mature enough to realize that her peace is more important than trying to make your life miserable. So you do have some women that definitely will try to give you and the ex-wife will try to give you and the current wife a hard time by stating that you're allowing your current wife to do too much. Why is she always keeping them? Why she always got to pick them up? And it boils down to, I'm just being complicated because I really can't have my way. So any opportunity, any time the opportunity comes about, I'm going to seize that moment to just be a pain in the ass. Because why? I still got feelings for you, okay? So, number 8. Now that you've come along, dad is asking for more parenting time. With your support, your husband may now see that he should exercise his visitation more, or that he's now able to provide more stability for his kids. In turn, he requests more parenting time and all parental input. You think this is a good thing, but this change in dynamic can feel threatening and or scary for the mom or the ex-wife. Not everyone likes change. It's easy for her to pinpoint your presence as being responsible for this. I feel a little iffy about this one. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why, guys and ladies. I feel a little iffy about this one. The good thing about this is, okay, I get the fact that when a woman finally comes into your life, now you have that support now. So it makes it more convenient and makes it a little bit more easy for you now that you get the children. It makes it more easy for you to get the children because now you got that extra support and you get that, have that extra help now. As when you was by yourself and there was no woman there and you and the ex-wife were separated at this time, you had to do it all when the children came to visit you. You had to do it all when it was just you there. My only little hang up with this is if you've been one of those men and while you were single or while you were a bachelor, you ran the streets, you did what you wanted to do, you never been there. Now that you have a woman, now you want her to be there, because that still lets the burden off of you. And these are your children. And you have some men who do crap like that. They will wait till another woman comes in the picture. Now you don't mind getting your children all the time because when you was by yourself, and you didn't have that help, you had to do it all. That's the only thing I don't like about this one reasoning here. If I'm gonna tell you what I like and what I don't like. I'm telling you what I don't like right now. But that's one of the things I do not like. I don't like the fact when a man, when you was by yourself and you didn't never get the kids. Now that you got a woman, now you want to go and get the kids. And it's kind of a cop out. Now I'm not saying all of you men do this, and I'm not putting all the men in the same box, but I know that some men who do this a lot of the times is they don't have patience with their own children. They don't have no patience. And being that it's in a woman's nature to be nurturers, even if a child is not ours, unless you just damn straight evil, the majority of the time we are very catering when it comes to children. We're always, even if you haven't birthed a child, it's just something natural that women do. We just learn to cater to children. We feed them, we wash them, if you're a real woman anyway. And sometimes you men, y'all take advantage of that. I'm not gonna lie, I went through it with my husband, and I had to definitely get him right together, because my thing is, all right, you didn't have him all this time. Now that I am here, you want to get him all the time because it's a big advantage, because when I'm here and now, you can leave and come and go as you want, because in the back of your mind, you still think you're doing what you're supposed to do, because they're here in the house, but at the same token, you leaving, you coming and going, and you leaving them here with me, and you think you're getting by, you think you're getting over because the children are here, but you get to still come and go as you want. And that's not always cool. Not only is it not cool for the current wife, the ex-wife, she's gonna feel some type of way every time she finds out. You think she don't question your kids when they come back home? Well, what did you and daddy do? Did he take y'all anywhere? Well, no. Miss Linda, we stayed with Miss Linda. Miss Linda took us to the mall. Miss Linda did this, Miss Linda did that. Kids talk, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you're dealing with a bitter ass ex-wife, she's going to interrogate. She's going to ask them questions like, like they're on trial, So you as a man, you have to have that balance. Even if you have a really good woman that's supporting you and helping you with your children, that don't mean leave all the weight on her. Okay, so I have explained to y'all what I don't like about that. A man requests more parenting time now that he has a woman. Okay, that's what I don't like. Now, what I do like about it is what I do agree upon is that it's really none of ex-wife's business, because you have some relationships, they are programmed like that. I mean, they got that kind of understanding. You may be lucky and have a woman who don't mind keeping your children all the time, whether you there or not. If you do, praise the Lord, because it ain't too many. I know I wasn't one of them. I told my husband, baby, I understand you got children, and I know they were in the picture before I came in the picture, but what you gonna do is when they're here, don't schedule to have them come on the weekend when you know that's the weekend you like to go shoot your pool, you like to go hang with your boys. Don't do that. Have them come on the weekend where you're going to be here. Because at the same token, keep in mind, y'all, I did not have any children. I didn't have any kids. And that's another thing men have to keep in mind. When a woman doesn't have children of her own, her patience may not be near as extensive compared to a woman that's already had children, or a woman who's coming in a relationship with children herself. Her patience may be different, but y'all have to keep in mind, I was 20 years old at the time with no children. I wasn't feeling that. I'm like, honey, you gonna have to be here, because I can't do this. I did it sometimes, but I just wasn't, I didn't have the maturity, honestly, because I didn't have any children of my own or whatever at the time. But anyway, so the thing about it, like as I was saying, some relationships are programmed like that. If you and her have that kind of understanding, then so be it. However, keep in mind, the ex-wife, she's going to feel some type of way sooner or later. You're going to hear about it. You have to balance it. That way, if she does come to you and say something, you can be like, no, because it's been some weekends I am home. I do spend time with them. Make sure you put that time in. That way, if she asks the kids anything, well, yeah, dad took us to the skating ring, or dad took us to the mall, and Let's get a Cinnabon. Just make sure, and if anything, your child needs to see your face. Make sure your children see your face. Don't just leave them in the laps of your current wife. Y'all just, be fair, be reasonable. But let's go ahead on. Number 9, she doesn't know you. When mom sends her kids off to stay with their dad, and this woman she doesn't even know has full access to them, it can feel like she's being a bad parent. She doesn't automatically trust you just because dad does, but at the same time she doesn't necessarily want to meet you. Honey, yeah, it's one of those damn if you do, damn if you don't. Men, if you tell her, well, I met this woman named Brenda, and me and her really been clicking. I really like her. And I'm planning on building a future with her. So I'm just letting you be aware, that it's good. There is going to be another woman in my life. Either way, when you're dealing with a bitter ass broad, either way, she's going to be in her feelings. If you tell her, she's going to be in her feelings. If you don't tell her, she's going to be in her feelings. Oh, why you didn't tell me you with this woman now? Either way. So the best advice I can give you is to just let her go ahead on and know about it. Okay? Either way, she's going to get mad. So the sooner the sooner you tell her, the quicker she can go ahead on and get pissed off about it. So she can just go ahead and accept it. Okay? But make sure the deal is sealed. You only been kicking it with this female for 9-10 months, and you already trying to introduce, make sure it's solid. Too many women come around, she gonna bitch about that. Oh, now you was with Keisha, now you with Kiara. Now every time I turn around, you got all these different women around my kids. And keep in mind, she may be one. She has had several men around her children, around y'all children, because no man want to stick with a crazy ass long enough. But remember, it's not what she's doing. She's always looking at what the hell you doing. So just keep that in mind. If she doesn't know you, it's a sticky situation. But at the same time, if she's in her feelings, she's not going to want to get to meet the female anyway. Either way, it's going to be an issue. So, fellas, ladies, y'all both have to have discernment with that. You're gonna have to make the discernment to know when the time is right, as far as informing her of the woman that you're going to be with. Just have discernment with it. Don't tell her too quick, but don't take forever either, especially if you're going to be with this person. She number 10, she sees, this is the 10th reason for why your husband, ex-wife, hates you as the new wife. She sees her ex-husband being she sees her ex-husband being a different or better man with you. It's painful to see the man you think treated you so poorly treating another woman like a princess. Now, if that ain't the God's honest truth, she might think he's being a fraud, or she might think, why was I worthy of being treated like that? She's possibly still grieving the loss of her marriage, even though he's moved on. It's nearly impossible for her to have good feelings towards you when she's still processing or in denial about the loss of her life partner and family. Honey, let me tell you guys something. If you ever want to burn a woman to her soul, if you ever want to crucify a hoe, if you ever want to really, really torment a woman, the biggest torment is becoming a better man for the next woman. That is a killer. You will give a broad a stroke with that. And it's so many women, a lot of these ex-wives, ex-girlfriends, ex-baby mamas, guys, I get it. Maybe at the time when you were with her, you couldn't be all of what you could have been. And sometimes it's not necessarily just your fault. She didn't have all of what it took as far as the woman you're with now to give you that extra drive, to give you that extra motivation. But keep in mind, when you're dealing with a queen of denial, she's not going to look at it that way. She's not going to take ownership. She's not going to take accountability. She's not going to say, well, I got to be honest. I mean, I really didn't try to make him be better than what he was. I mean, I didn't motivate him. I didn't push him. I just kind of sat back and chilled and allowed him to do everything. She's not going to take accountability for that. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. If anything, she's going to automatically look at it as your fault for wanting to be the better man for this woman. How come you didn't use that same potential with me? You didn't show that same amount of gratitude towards me. And again, this comes from not taking ownership. And I tell all of you ladies and you guys all the time, and it's not just with this situation, whenever a person does not take ownership, if you're in any situation right now, you're not taking ownership, you're not blaming yourself for something that you could have done better, you're not you're not admitting that you played a part in things going a certain direction, you're going to continue to be miserable. Let me tell y'all something. Peace within arrives when you have been true to you. When you've been true to you and you say, you know what, I could have done better, I could have been more supportive, that's where you get your peace. That's where you get your redemption. But if you're a man or you're a woman that no matter everything that's ever happened to you in life, it's always been somebody else's fault, you're going to stay angry. Because in order for you to have that peace, like I said, it comes with you taking accountability. And once you take accountability, that is what makes you change how you go about things, where you don't put yourself in a situation where you keep losing. But for people who don't take accountability, they don't change, so therefore they keep losing. They keep missing out, and they can't be blessed. They can't ever get to the next level in life because they have not accepted their faults in order to change it. In order for you to change something, you got to accept where you are going to error. If you don't change it, if you don't feel like you don't have a problem, you're going to continue to have a problem. It's basic common sense, and like I stated, it's a lot of these women, ex-wives, whatever you are. If this is you, if you're an ex-wife and you're still angry, you're still bitter because you feel like this man could have done more for you, he could have shown you the same potential he's given this other woman, what you have to look at the fact, what is it you could have done? What could you have offered other than what you were offering to make the relationship grow, to make the marriage, to preserve the marriage? A lot of these women, they don't take that type of accountability. So therefore, it's easy to be a bitch and it's easy to be bitter because that's what makes them comfortable. But let me tell y'all something. Anger and bitterness, it withers. It starts eating you like cancer. It eats up at you like cancer. And even though physically, your physical attributes, you may look healthy, you may look normal, you may look like you have it together, but mentally and emotionally, you are a walking zombie because you have not dealt with those feelings. You have not dealt with your accountability. So a lot of these women need to come off their high horse with thinking that another woman, a man is only better for the next woman because the other woman she feels like he loves the other woman more than he loved her. And that could be, but at the same token, like I said before, some people could bring out the best in you, some people could bring out the worst in you. Some people come in your life, they don't motivate you, they don't drive you to be better than what you are, to have more than what you are. So therefore you can't grow, you can't get ahead. So to all these bitter exes and bitter baby mamas, take it for what it's worth. It didn't work out when y'all were together. He wasn't the man he was with you because you got to look at it like this too. He's older now. He's older. He's learned from his mistakes. So if he's in a better place, evidently he's learned from his mistakes. You, on the other hand, if you still on your third or fourth baby daddy or your third or fourth husband, then evidently you have not learned a goddamn thing, and there's a reason why. It's because you have not taken accountability. Men, I will give you this. Y'all take accountability to a big extent better than women do. Not all y'all now, cause some of y'all is just the softest cottonelle tissue. Y'all won't do it either. But for the most part, most men, when they've been burnt, y'all go about things different. I very rarely see men put themselves back in the same situation. Women will do it over and over again, and it's called stupidity. It's applying the same method, but you're expecting different results. And that's how come women, we keep losing out. You know, here it is, your same husband or your ex-husband been with his wife, current wife, 5, 6, 7 years, and you still can't get it together. You either don't have no man, or the man you got just as much problems as a goddamn math book. But anyway, that was number 10. That is one of the reasons that the husband's ex-wife hates you. She sees her ex-husband becoming a better man with you, and that happens, you know. And for all you exes, keep in mind too, you don't know that new wife that he's with. Who's to say she didn't take her man through something too? Like you probably took him through something, and maybe it took her losing a good guy to learn how to appreciate this one. Everything connects and links together. You know what I mean? People just always looking at one side. They never look at the other side of the things. Anyhow, 11, you actually did something worthy of her negative feelings. Yeah, and this is the last point. You actually did something worthy of her negative feelings. Are you consciously or subconsciously trying to make her like a bad mom? All right, some of you current wives, because you know we can be a little petty sometimes too. We can get on a little petty train at times, especially when the broad has rubbed you the wrong way. It's easy to get caught up in the pettiness, y'all. It is. Do you try to prove to your husband that you're a better wife than she was? Because you know, women, we can be some petty creatures now. Or are you trying to make your stepkids love you more than they love her? Do you try to show her up in any way? Do you want the school faculty, PTA, or your neighborhood moms to think you're a better caretaker than she is? Take a look at your behavior and your motivations. That's some self-evaluation, y'all. Have the courage to honestly reflect on how you might contribute to the high conflict dynamic that exists between you. It's easy to get caught up in the petty train, especially when you've been disrespected, or, you know, sometimes as current wives, we still feel like we have to validate ourselves. We still feel like, even though we know we're the one with the rings and we're the one that's got the last name now, sometimes we still don't really feel like we've made that mark. And we have to constantly prove to petty Betty, you know, that, hey, I'm here, look at me, you know, I'm the new HBIC, you know what I mean? I'm here, new sheriff in town, whatever. And it really doesn't take all of that. You know, you have to keep in mind that if you know you got a position and you know you already have a rank, you don't have to keep rubbing it in her face. You don't have to keep letting her know what position you play in. Believe me, the proof is in the pudding, okay? You know, it's in the pudding. And sometimes women, we can get malicious. Am I guilty? Yes, I'm very guilty. I'm guilty of that. I would be lying to you and tell you if I didn't from time to time, because she had rubbed me wrong several times, you know, trying to still let me know her stance, trying to let me know why I've been there first. But yeah, I'm here now. I know you've been here first, you know, but he saved the best for last. Oh my goodness. I mean, like, for real though, we women, we are very catty, we're very petty, we're very competitive, and that's something, and a lot of that just comes from just straight immaturity. It just comes from immaturity, and it's not just the ex-wives. Some of you new wives, y'all get the y'all man, and y'all be acting all snooty and acting like y'all all this and that, and not realizing that sometimes too the men, they played a part in the relationship or the marriage failing. You know, of course, he's going to tell you all of what she did wrong, and 9 times out of 10, you stay married to his ass long enough, you'll probably see why she left him. Honey, you will probably see why. Like, damn, I'm going through this. I can imagine what she went through. So, honey, don't toot your own horn now. Don't be smelling yourself with these men, honey. Don't be smelling yourself now. Same thing with you men. Don't be smelling yourselves with these wives and thinking, because these women, and women do it all the time, men. For all you men out there who's just getting with women who's been in previous relationships or previous marriages, and she sits up there and bad mouths the man all the time and talks about he's a loser, he ain't never took care of our kids. Of course she gonna tell you everything he did wrong. She's still bitter, she's still mad. And sometimes you men come in a situation sizing up the ex-husband and looking at him like he doo-doo on the bottom of your shoe. Like, this nigga here, he is zero. He ain't this, he ain't that, and blah, blah, blah. Hell, you live with her long enough, you'll probably find out why he did it the way he did. I'm telling you, honey, sometimes you, as much as you love your husband, you love your wife, you can't be so quick to side and want to jump in their defense because they made themselves like the victim. Very rarely somebody going to say, well, I messed up, I did wrong. It is not going to happen, honey. Everybody is not man enough or woman enough to be held accountable for their own actions. It's going to always be what the hell the other goddamn person did. It's going to always be like that. But those are basically all of the reasons that I have broken down to all of you. It's just like I said, the whole bottom line is we're not going to get around meeting people who don't already have baggage, and their baggage becomes yours. At the end of the day, basically, you both play a part and making a situation, you can make the situation pleasant or you can make it painful. It comes a point when sometimes you want to be petty, but that inner voice says, I got to be the bigger person. Let me tell you guys and you ladies something. Intelligence outweighs ignorance any day. It really, really does. It really does. Sometimes a person think because they're being ignorant, being nasty, being cold, and doing all kind of malicious stuff, and in their mind, they feeling like that's giving them the upper hand. They feel like they have arrived, when really, the only thing they have done was made things more complicated for themselves. And the more you go about trying to make somebody else's life miserable, that's when you make your life miserable, okay? So you just have to keep in mind that when it comes to these ex-husbands, these ex-wives, you know, unfortunately, these people are a part of your past, and that doesn't mean because they're part of your past, they have to ruin your future, okay? So, on that note, as promised, I delivered to you guys part 2 for why your husband ex-wife hates you, okay? Or why your ex-wife hates your new wife. I just broke down all of those elements, okay? So, just take into account all of this knowledge that I have given you. Do some self-evaluation. Are you doing something to provoke that person because they provoked you? I mean, if you're not going to be real with anyone else, definitely be real with yourself, okay? So, this is your girl, Lady Mocha, and I'm getting ready to sign off. My next recipe that I'm going to be doing, I may upload it today, it all depends. It's going to be called Toxic Friendships, okay? I think this will be a very imperative message. I think this topic will be really insightful for my ladies and my guys, for my subscribers out there, because I'm telling you, y'all, it's some toxic ass friendships out there. You know, I don't care how long you've been friends with somebody, I don't care how many years y'all have invested into a friendship. Some of these friendships should have been expired long time ago, but a lot of the times we keep allowing the goodness that people provide for us, you know, as an excuse to keep holding on to them, not realizing that people just keep giving you, not from the kindness of their heart, they just keep giving you to keep you at bay, to keep baiting you. And sometimes you cannot always look at what a person does, but you have to look at why they do it. So honey, that's going to be the next recipe, these toxic ass relationships, okay? So I want to thank everybody for tuning in with your girl, Lady Mocha, your Diva Knowledge at Cafe de Paris. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth, and I'm going to always break you off a slice of knowledge. Y'all have a wonderful day.